Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Hunters Gathering. What we are trying to do here at Hunters Entertainment is that we're having this show, which is obviously part of our Twitch channel launch. And we are having this space where you'll be able to see behind the scenes of what goes on at Hunters Entertainment. You know, those games that have hopefully been in your homes for about 10 years now, or maybe you are just coming and seeing us fresh for the first time. I'm your host, Markeia McCarty. I'm also a producer and player here at Hunters Entertainment. Hello. The first thing that we're going to talk about is yes, obviously our Twitch channel has launched because hopefully you're watching it right now, or maybe you're seeing this later on YouTube. But you can go to Hunters Entertainment, and there are currently two shows that we have on Tuesdays. We have Outbreak Undead Zombie, which is the Strain series, a supplemental series to Outbreak Undead. So we have that with a very awesome cast of people. And I'm not just saying that because I'm one of the players that are on it, but with Hunters Presents Outbreak Undead Strain series, we're doing year zero. So the world has fallen apart in the way that more than it has now, and zombies are involved. But of course, we're focused on the survivors. Uh, your GM for that is B. Dave Walters. You know him from many, many wonderful things all over the internet. You probably also know him from Vampire the Masquerade, for instance. Other players that you have in there is myself, Markeia McCarty. I play Pharaoh Moore. We're going to go over a recap of what happened this week later on during Hunter's Gathering. But other players that you have Luis Carrazzo. You also know him from Vampire. He is playing Nathan Marquez. He's hip. He's fit, and I'm really looking forward to what he's going to do with zombies. We have Michelle Wynn Bradley playing Bean Lee. Wonderful. I love having Michelle on this show for a variety of reasons. She's just an excellent person, but also playing as Bean Lee, she is a hoarder. Specifically, it seems like she's a hoarder of snacks so far, but we're going to see where it goes with that character. And then you also have Maylee Damage, who you also might know from Vampire, and she is playing Madison Martell. She is an ace with a bow and arrow, and seems to, well, I don't want to give away what happens. You would actually want to watch that to know more about what this intrepid crew is going through in their zombie lives. Well, their zombie ridden lives. But that is one of the two shows that you can see on our Twitch channel, Hunters Presents. We're always going to have some sort of campaign that's going on with our players and our guests there. Either a campaign with one of our games, or we'll do a one-off, something fun and frisky. And actually, if you want to head over to our Discord, you as a community, we want to hear what you would want to see for campaigns and one-offs and everything moving forward. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. And if you don't know how to get to that, if you go to our YouTube, our Twitter, anything, we have a page that has all of our links on there. So we'd love for you to go ahead and join our community in that way. And then obviously the second show that you'll see is this one, Hunter's Gathering. And I've already explained everything that we're going to be doing with that. For what will be happening for this particular episode, we're going to go a little bit over news and Gen Con recap. We're going to play some clips for you from some of our games that we played over Gen Con. And then the lion's share of our program today will be a deep dive of Alice is Missing with the creator, Spenser Starke. We are going to, because when we did Alice is Missing over Gen Con, because of how Roll20 was set up, it was a little difficult for our community to be able to really see and recognize what the cards were. So we've heard what you've said, and we're going all the way in with Spenser. We're going to talk about that playlist. Indeed, we're going to talk about the cards and everything. Let's go ahead and move on to our Gen Con recap right now. So we had a wonderful showing at Gen Con, keeping in mind that Gen Con was online because all of us are living in the time of pandemica. So welcome. We're in this too. So we had 4 shows. We, of course, did Alice is Missing. And in fact, the VOD for all of these shows is available on our Twitch channel for subscribers. And then we release it on YouTube about a week after it has aired. So you can look out for it like that. But you know what? Just be a subscriber. Just be a subscriber and be with us that way. So for Alice is Missing, we had it was just a powerful cast. Alice is Missing is a silent RPG. It's done in completely over text messaging with this amazingly emotional playlist, a soundtrack that happens over it. And like I said, we're going to get into a deep dive of what all that means. But we had Spenser Starke, the creator of Alice is Missing, as a facilitator during that for Gen Con, and these power players, oh my gosh, they were so incredible. Becca Scott, who you know from just about everywhere, but specifically like Geek and Sundry. Kaylee Bray, who you also know from everywhere. She is a dungeon princess. I love her. You have Mark Meir, VO extraordinaire, and of course we put him on a silent RPG. I love the irony in that. And then I also had an opportunity to be part of that cast. It was incredibly moving. So yeah, you might want to check out that VOD. We also had Outbreak Undead Zombie Day 0. So with this particular version that we did, B. Dave Walters was the GM for this, and he said it in Big Box Utopia, where kind of, it's exactly like what it sounds. And with Day 0, don't even know what these zombies are all about. And suddenly they are on the scene. What are you going to do? You, as a normal, everyday person, how will you live? How will you survive? How will you thrive? So our players that we had for our Gen Con show, I had the opportunity of being able to be part of this power cast. Love, love, love. We have David Hooker, who's more of a fresh face for everybody. He played a character that was just kind of like the uncle of your family. But it's not necessarily that he is the uncle, like by blood, but he's uncle. So you had that character in there. You have Janiyah Kemper, wonderful. She was basically forced to be reckoned with in this. I have Jeremy Walker and then also Omega Jones. And I'm sure all of you probably already follow them on Twitter. And if you don't, you definitely should. So in particular, we want to go ahead and show you a clip of Outbreak Undead Zombie Day 0. The clip that we're showing you has a lot to do with, because there are degrees of success and degrees of failure whenever you are doing roles for Outbreak Undead. So with this clip, in their own way, you will see our cast see exactly what you should and shouldn't do when you have degrees of failure that you have to split up amongst your party. So let's go ahead and see that clip, and then we'll continue with our Gen Con recap.
All of you give me a spot listen check. That'll be up near the top under basic skills on the right-hand column, spot listen.
And what are we rolling for this?
Percentile, you want to get under your number.
Oh, wait.
Now this is our first. Yeah, it's up near the top, basic skills, right hand column. This is I see that face. I like where this is headed, Marcus. So this is going to be our first truly communal pool here to see how this goes. So Marcus, based on that face. So again, you all, dear internet, the goal in this game is low numbers. You want to get under your target skill. Most of them only have around about a 30% chance to accomplish the things they're trying to accomplish. So where I said other games are weighted with an assumption of success, honestly, this one is weighted with an assumption of failure.
Pure failure.
And that failure may come in many forms, some of which is dictated by them, some of which is dictated by me. So yes, Marcus, what was that?
If I counted that correctly, that's 5 failures. That's an 84.
So that is already 5 degrees of failure. So unless somebody else
43,
rolls
53, 63, 73, 8. Yeah, that's
Yep.
5.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, let me just ask, did anyone roll fantastically?
I did.
Okay, all right. So let's see how this all shakes out. So Electra put their hand up first. So what how many degrees of success did Electra get?
Well, not many.
Okay.
I have a 29% and I rolled a 20.
Okay, so that is 1 degree of success. Okay, so but that's not bad. So right now, Marcus had 5 in the hole. All right, Electra's got 1 positive. We got a net 4 in the hole now. What were you saying, Sean? 1 success. We got a net 3 in the hole. How did Pharaoh do?
I rolled a 10%. And my thing is 30%. For spot listen. Did I need to put a D10 with that? Because I did also roll my percentage is a 10%. And then I rolled a D10 that has a 2 on it.
In the future, yes, roll both. But for this case, since this will be to your advantage, I'm gonna let it go with this. So that is 2 degrees of success. You have a net 1 failure. It's all coming down to you, Buju. How'd Buju do?
Buju's a little irie, man. As Buju was making his way to the back of the store, I figured, shit might hit the fan. So, I started grabbing TVs, put it in the cart, and then making my way, towards back there because, hey, if this the end, I'm going down. I'm going down swinging. So, and with that said, I rolled a 60. And it's a 30.
You guys have a net 4 degrees of failure. So so what this means is you have failed to notice something very important.
Okay.
Between Marcus, it was flaming hot Cheetos, and I was really hungry, so I started eating. I got the bag to prove it.
Marcus and Buju, you guys give me your ideas, and you all can help them with this, how you're going to spend 4 degrees of failure. And it can be all kinds of things. It can be something that, it can be something physically goes wrong. Something breaks, you lose something. It could be someone gets injured. Realistically, you're just looking for something. So I'm not going to be like, you look right at the eye and hurt your, right at the light and hurt your eyes. Like, not really in this instance. It could be, you have given away your position worse, or it could even be like something worse happens in the future. And of course, if you have no ideas, it will roll to me. So we need to account for 4 degrees of failure. Yeah.
So question then, and and we're already in front of the guard. This is back in front of the guards, right?
Yeah, you're heading that direction, sort of past the cooler section, back to the employee entrance. That's where the guards are like, no, don't go back here. Yeah.
So we failed to notice something. Okay. Is Marcus taking this first, or what's happening?
So I can tell you what happened on Marcus's end, and then we can, we can yes and from there. Because what happened was, I grabbed that vodka. I can't drink it. I don't want to drink it. I just know that I'm probably gonna need it at some periodical time. I put that away. I started grabbing my flaming hot Cheetos, and I was like, "Yo, we trying to get back there because you see what's happening. Do you play The Last of Us? Obviously not." And as I'm talking to him, I accidentally wipe my eye because, I just need to clear something. And there is chili powder and cayenne pepper and all those things that are in flaming hot Cheeto powder.
Perfect.
My eye, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just struggling.
They belong in your mouth, not in your eye.
So that is that I will let you spend 2 of your degrees of failure on that because that is great. But for the next spot listen, you're automatically gonna have 2 failures from the jump because you still got hot Cheeto dust in your eyes. So so you gotta account for 2 more. What's 2 more, Buju?
So as Buju was making his way back, and he's filling his cart with all kinds of shit, thinking he's gonna get out with it. And but like I said, his brain's a little foggy at this moment. So as he's making his way back, he's running with the cart, and then forgot that he was following Pharaoh because Pharaoh was this is the only connection that he had, and then Electra was there, but kind of lost track of both of them. and then looks one direction and runs the cart into another customer. And so the customer's like, flies, and then Boujie's like, what the hell? And, runs over the customer with the cart and accidentally steps on the customer there. And
that is perfect. You guys hear Bougie, boom, 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 boom. Oh, my
what
trick
the hell
knee.
was that?
And somebody starts yelling at the top of their lungs, ah! And towards the front of the store, you all hear,
Nope.
And it's coming this way.
No.
I'm sorry about that, but I got to get the hell out of here.
I've got to go check the noise.
Oh, really though?
Oh, you're that guy.
You're that guy, Sean. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what did he say?
Did you really just say you're gonna go check the noise? Electric.
I didn't hear that right. Did he just say? There's a lot more where that came from. I heartily recommend you watching our Outbreak Undead Day Zero stream. It's available on VOD on Twitch for our subscribers right now, and it will be available on YouTube tomorrow. So you have that to look forward to. So continuing on with our Gen Con recap, we did have Kids on Brooms. There was a little bit of a technical snafu that happened during the actual Gen Con stream itself. However, we were able to have the same wonderful cast and GM, and they actually did a live stream of that yesterday. So you do have that to look forward to. We have Knoxweiler Berth as the GM. He's also a producer here at Hunters Entertainment. We are so happy and lucky to have him on board. Abria Iyengar, who you know from everywhere. She's a powerhouse. Momo O'Brien, Michelle Wynn Bradley, Alex Ward, and Ali Bustian. So it's magical. For Kids on Brooms in general, because you get to play around in a world that is of your own making, and all of your movies and TV shows and everything, you just come right into it if need be. So I just want to do a shout out to Kids on Brooms. For those of us that missed them during Gen Con, you can see them now, and also Kids on Brooms itself is in stores. So yeah, look forward to the VOD of that to be on our YouTube this upcoming week. And yeah, so that for Kids on Brooms. Sorry, my computer did like a little freezy thing. That's okay, I remember. So yes, continuing on with the lineup that we had for Gen Con, of course, I have to speak about Altered Carbon, because yeah, that wonderful punk sci-fi type of future is near and dear to my heart. And we had a wonderful showing for our Altered Carbon game during Gen Con. It was GM'd by Ash Minnick, who you probably know from D&D in a Castle, for instance. Malika Lim Eubank, that you probably know from Hyper RPG. Cynthia Marie, Alkin Gersh, Aki, and then also Mari Takahashi. So yes, so what we're going to do we're going to play another clip. For this is our Altered Carbon. And so that you have a little bit of context of what's going on for this. This is when they are spinning up for the first time. And meaning that is like, for Altered Carbon, if you're not familiar with the books or with the Netflix show, depending on your strata in life, like how rich you are, you can be spun into another body. It's called like re-sleeving. And because when you are younger, you are fitted with this particular disc in the back of your neck that you can then like download yourself into other bodies, thus re-sleeving. But however, with that process, you're literally waking up in another body. So that's the context for this particular clip. Think about what you would be like when you are suddenly in another body. The first thing you would want is probably to see a mirror. So let's go ahead and look at that clip now.
Probably pretty complicated, probably like a 3 or 4. However, you've got bonuses up the butt. So your skill check looks like it's actually closer to a 6.
I just rolled a 1.
Wow. Okay, that is called an ace. So in this system, if you're unfamiliar with the Altered Carbon system, which you might be as it's brand new and not published yet, or not out yet, I should say, in this system, you want to roll lower. So rolling a 1 in Altered Carbon is very different than rolling a 1 in D&D. That is an ace. That is great. So the TR, or the target result for this, was a 6. You got a 1, so you got 5 points of success. So basically, you do a really, really great job of spinning up this particular stack. It comes up very quickly. They're probably going to have, not that hard of a time spinning up. So, and then Z, I'm going to have you go ahead and roll me composure, but because of Baker's very amazing roll, you get bonuses there as well. So that would be starting at a 4, and I'll give you three more for that. So you want to roll below a 7, and your composure is a D8.
It's great because I rolled a 6.
Amazing. Okay. So yeah, your eyes open and you are in this dark room. Your senses come back to you within about 30 seconds. You're slightly nauseous, but this is something you're used to. You've been spun up a lot. But this room doesn't look like your normal mission briefing room.
All right, who's here?
Hold on. I gotta do a few checks first. Can you look ahead or just look over my shoulder, actually? All right, dilation's good. Excellent. Okay. Can you open and close your mouth 3 times quickly?
Yeah, can you get me a mirror quickly?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. I don't think I have a mirror accessible. There's probably some under some junk or whatever. I have to move some things around. But yeah, I'll bring you a kind of rusty, broken mirror.
What is this place?
You don't want to know.
You came up pretty quickly. You do this a lot. Are you a pro?
Perhaps it was the skilled hand of the doctor?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Baker.
Do you know your name?
You can call me Z.
I hand her my really pristine gold compact, better than the rusty mirror that she's looking at. This might be better for you to look at your reflection rather than that.
I snatch the compact, and I use it. I try to hold it out as far as I can to get as much view as possible of my body from behind, the sides. I tense all my muscles. I see what I ended up with, but when I look at my face, I realize that face is really familiar, but it's not the face I used to wear.
Okay, and of course, along with that, we had our technically first hunters gathering during Gen Con, where we had just everybody all together behind the scenes. Well, about as many people as we could do schedule willing, and chatted about things that brought what was their journey to Hunters Entertainment. So if you would want to check that out, great. But also we had the 10-year anniversary of Hunters Entertainment, and Ivan Van Norman and Christopher J. Della Rosa had a real great sit down just with each other and with our community, discussing how did Hunters Entertainment come into fruition in the first place? What were the growing pains as a company and where they hope it to go in the future. So very much recommend going ahead and watching that sit down with them. So that VOD will be available in a few days on our YouTube. So continuing with Gen Con, we've won a number of Ennies over the years, like everything from back in 2011, Outbreak Undead won the Judges Spotlight. And then we have the ABCs of RPGs in 2017 for Best RPG related product, came back as a silver winner. And then just last year, Kids on Bikes That wonderful one was a gold winner for best family game. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for our community for this year's Gen Con, where we were able to take home the silver for best family game 2020 for Strange Adventures #2, which is supplement for kids on bikes. So yes, thank you so much for that. Heartfelt thanks. Along with this, let's talk really quick about some of the things that Hunters Entertainment will be bringing you, such as Free Content Fridays. So, with Free Content Friday, it's a program where Hunters Entertainment is collaborating with industry veterans and members of this amazing community. So, we want to bring fresh and free, note free, content to all of you. So, this is new free content that you can download right now if you head over to Drive Through RPG. So, for Outbreak Undead, we have a new monster, Big Mary. And many thanks to Brian Green for which is one of our convention game masters for bringing that hot slice of nightmare to for you to unleash on your survivors. So yeah, go ahead and give that a download. For Powered by Kids on Bikes, we have a new fun adventure prompt, doggos on skateboards, which, oh my gosh, I love that so much. Many thanks to Banana Chan for giving us such an adventurous so many adventurous puppers to play with. So that's a wonderful prompt that you can download now. So for Icarus, we have a new setting suggestion. This is from Spenser Starke, who is responsible for Icarus. We have the Living City. So that would be something really great for you to go ahead and download now. I just want to make sure that I haven't. Oh, yes. And then last but not least, we have Overlight for you. So they're continuing with the Seeds of Burkhan and the Red Wing Fighting Club. So yeah, so go ahead and download your copy of all of this wonderful free content that Hunters Entertainment is bringing you. And then also, once again, just letting you know, go ahead and join our Discord. Our community is very nicely active and very awesome. So if you have other things that you want to pitch, I mean, you can actually talk to the person to talk to would be Alex Hillman. You could drop him an email or just talk to him on our Discord. Pitch him your ideas. Yeah, I just called out Alex on that. Hi. So, along with other news, okay, so Ragnarok. Yes, Ragnarok is in development. In particular, with Ragnarok, right now, Hunters Entertainment is working with a music publisher to bring you the greatest vinyl print that has ever existed, ever in the world, in space and time. So, officially, that's the official thing with it. With that, it's just basically the prayers to the rock gods are coming true. They're coming to fruition. Keep on setting your guitars on fire, and Ragnarok will be blessed upon us all. So, and if you're wondering about Altered Carbon printing or Alice's Missing printing, those are off to the printers. So those are officially, out of our hands into theirs as humanly as possible. As soon as humanly as possible, should be able to get that to you. But of course, we all live in pandemica right now, so let's go ahead and keep that in consideration for everything. And for the Alice's Missing printing, if you backed the PDF version on Kickstarter, you should have already received that. If not, you can let us know on Discord, but we believe that everybody has gotten their copy now. So normally this was more of a specialty show because we had so much Gen Con news to talk with and everything. But for Hunters Gathering in general, it will mainly be us doing a recap of what happened with Hunters Presents that week. If there's some news that you in particular want to know, like I said, you can just talk to us in our community. Or if there's anything really landmark that we want you to know. But otherwise, it'll be a Hunters Presents recap, and we'll think of some fun name to say with that. If you have any suggestions of titles for shows for us to just talk about what has happened with, well, for right now, is our survivors from this past Tuesday, then yeah, let us know. Taking title ideas, please. But what happened this week on Hunters Presents Recap? So I've already let you know like who we have that is playing and what their characters are. So B. Dave Walters is a GM that can be merciless. He basically threw the entire party just straight into an adventure. This was before us being completely sure of the mechanics of things or who we really were as people, like in a group. So we're going to show you a clip from B. Dave being his B. Davist and just tossing us in zombies, warts and all. So go ahead and enjoy this clip.
So while you all see Madison pulls her bow back for death from a distance, do any of you do anything else? You know this drill. She's pretty good at this.
Mm-hmm.
I just start scurrying away. I'm done. I'm donezo. Hey guys, I think we should head back to the base camp because this feels real bad. This feels not good.
We've been together for a little bit, right?
Yeah, this is not your first time you've gone ranging. Yep.
I feel like the second I see Madison taking aim, I'm gonna go back to back with her just to make sure that there's no surprises coming from behind with my bat out, ready to slug somebody with it.
It's almost like you know me.
Yeah, Pharaoh takes her. Oh.
No, please, Pharaoh. What? I haven't described it yet.
Pharaoh takes her gun out of her holster and holds it to her side. It's ready to go, and she's ready to run.
Right in the neck, Madison. It starts to thrash around. It is injured but not dead, and it does sort of stumble to the side, kind of the stairs of one of those upscale pizza joints that used to matter. And as it sort of stumbles over, you guys do have a clear shot to run for the front door.
Let's run, guys. Let's not be heroes today.
I'm already going.
Everybody gonna run for it?
Yeah, we're running for it.
All of you give me endurance checks. And under the basic skills, it is on the left-hand side. It's midway down. Endurance. I won't even tell you guys which of you should be good at this because that is the fastest way to get cursed by hubris. Mm-hmm.
Oh, tell me about it.
16 out of 39.
16. So that's 26, 30. So that is 2 degrees of success. You, Madison, it's like you took off before the arrow hit. You're like, good. And you're already moving forward before the arrow hit it in the neck. So Madison, so right now we got 2 degrees of success. How'd you do over there, Nathan?
83.
What was your target number?
78.
That is only 80, 78. So that still, since you're within the first 10%, is actually just kind of a push.
Okay.
You do sort of like when Madison's like, bang you, and you were back to back. It took you a second to be like, okay, we're running.
Mm-hmm. I lag behind 1 second.
Mm-hmm. She opened up a little bit on you, but so far we still got a net of 2 degrees of success. This is still going well. How you doing over there, Pharaoh?
I got a 27 out of 39.
So that's 1 degree of success. So now we're at 3 degrees of success. Same thing. You guys are moving quickly, still relatively silently. And how'd it come out, Bean?
16 out of 28.
Oh, yes.
So same thing. That is 4 degrees of success between you. So even though Nathan, it kind of takes you a second to catch on with what the girls already knew. They're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. As you're moving uphill here, you guys are moving along, and as you come around the corner, you all see this thing that is shot looks up at you, and it's like, and it goes to pounce and busts through the window of this once in perhaps future pizzeria, and the alarms go off. And you hear all around you.
Beating feet.
Wow. Run. Booking it the hell out of there.
Go.
As you all are running, you see faces coming up along all the parking decks there, and some of them are flinging themselves off. And as they hit the ground, you hear loud snaps of their ankles and legs as they hit the ground. They don't seem to care. They just get up and come limping after you. And as you see ahead, these spotlights on the front of the Coopco building, some of them angle towards you all, so you can see. And first they light you up and show you, and very much turn away from you and towards all of the infected that are coming after you. And you hear, as you smell horrific packets of rotting flesh are being catapulted off the building in all directions to distract them as you all are heading in. And as you are getting close to the door, you see one of the industrial size plates of metal, one of those road plates that have been dug up, that have been propped in the doorway, is being slowly pulled apart. And you hear, come on, run, goddammit, run, as you all are heading back towards the house. But you are not quite fast enough.
Oh,
Nathan.
Yes.
Give me a dodge check, because one of them rolled extraordinarily high.
Oh boy.
Dodge is going to be in the top under your basic skills on the left-hand side.
I rolled a 33 and my dodge is 51.
So that is 2 degrees of success. It has 3. So unless you all do something to help Nathan, the infected is going to catch him before he gets into the house.
I'm going to shoot it in the head.
You're going to try and shoot? Okay, Madison, did I hear you're going to try and shoot also?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Madison, you want to go for it since your thing is silent? Quieter than mine?
Yes.
It's true. Right now, a lot of noise is happening, but it's angering them up in general, but theoretically, it's still across the street. Since you are holding and prepared to do this, Pharaoh, we'll see how she rolls, and I'll let you decide if you take a shot also before I resolve all this. Because Nathan, you're going. You're like, oh, we're going to make this. This is going to be okay. And out of one of those big palm trees right in front, you could tell it had already been climbing up, probably smelling the rotting meat that you guys keep on the top. And as you're running, sees you and pounces down towards you.
Ooh.
What'd you get, Madison?
2 zeros on the percentile dice and 1 on the number dice. So I think that's a 1. I think that's
not only is that a 1, that is the crit in this game. That is the best it can possibly be. So Nathan, as you see this thing pounce and you sort of grip your bat, you're like, all right, this is the end. You just see it's like, through its mouth, pins it to the tree. And it just like kind of hangs there, bleeding. As you guys run to the front door and you hear like, holy shit, come on, get in. And as you guys are coming out from behind you, you see that they're all coming for you. Do you guys run inside?
Heck yes.
Yeah.
Push it back over and you hear the doom, 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 doom along the walls. And a moment later, you all hear the voice of your leader come down, and she says to you all, great. Did you all at least get the fucking gasoline we sent you to get? And welcome to Zombie from Hunters Entertainment.
Exactly. And welcome to Hunters Entertainment. And just to remind you, this was before anything had happened actually with the characters. This was B-Dave just throwing us right into the fire and making us dance. So there is a lot more to that episode. And I just want to say that there are content warnings with it. The show contains elements of survival horror, violent situations, depictions of viral outbreak, gun usage, and other intense encounters. It is intended for mature audiences. So that is Outbreak Undead, Zombie. It's a strange series, a supplement to Outbreak Undead. And you can see that on the show Hunters Presents, and that is Tuesdays, 6 p.m. PT. That's 9 p.m. ET. And I'm sorry, I don't know the rest of the world's time zones, but hopefully you can figure out from there. So yes. I'm sorry, sorry. I was thinking of our particular showtime for Hunter's Gathering. It is Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. So that is Eastern, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Wow, you really want your zombie, don't you then? Amazing. So yes, that brings us to the end of our Gen Con news. Like I said, this is going to be more of a special edition thing. Usually it'll be a Hunters Presents recap, and then we'll jump into what our deep dive is. So after the break, we're going to take 10 minutes. We will be coming back with Spenser Starke, and we will go deep into Alice is Missing. Everything about the playlist, about the cards, motivations, searching cards, clue cards. It's like, what do these mean? You probably already have them, because if you back the PDF version on Kickstarter, then you have that. Go ahead and click that open. You have 10 minutes, and we will see you soon.